Welcome friends to the final episode of the Unreal 2D mini course. In this one, we're going to implement the sound effect for the player's death and also the background music. The sound effect is going to be done in C++, but the background music will be done in Blueprint. So first of all, let's go ahead and implement the sound effect for the player. We're going to go into the player.h. First, we need to include the soundbase.h, and then we're going to create a variable for this so that we can give the sound effect asset in the Unreal's editor. Okay, so where should I put this? Maybe up here. We'll make this edit anywhere, but we'll make it blueprint read only. Shouldn't be touching this in the blueprint. And this is going to be a uSoundBase pointer. I'm just going to call this DieSound. And like I said, we're going to set that in the editor, and we're going to call this here in the overlap begin function when the player loses the game. And in order to play a sound effect, we're going to make a call to the uGameplay statics. Let's see, do we have that include in here? We don't. Do we have it here? We don't. Okay, I think we had it somewhere in here. Let's just copy and paste it. Alright, I think it was here. This is probably taking more time than me just typing it, but oh well. And down here we can say uGameplay statics play sound 2D. And what does this function want? It doesn't want to tell us, apparently. It wants the world and the sound, which is going to be DieSound. Just like that. That's going to be enough to play this sound effect. Okay, let's go ahead and exit out of Unreal. Rebuild the project. And then we're going to implement the background music. So let's go ahead and set that sound effect from the player, and then I'm going to show you how to do the background music. So let's open up the blueprint. Open it up. I hate this stupid stuff. Just go away. Just let me open the full thing and scroll down to our stuff. Where is it? Oh my god. Let's say DieSound. Okay, here it is. We have the hurt sound, as you remember. We're going to use that. Play the game. Get killed by a shape. And there it is. Let's do it again. Sometimes in Unreal, for some reason, the sound effects, play a little late the first time you play them. There's probably a fix for them. Fix for that problem somewhere in the internet if you want to look into that, but there it is, the hurt sound effect. Now we're going to do the background music, and honestly we can just simply call spawn sound 2D and play the sound, play the music, and that would be fine, but I want to show you a way that's going to work even if you have multiple levels that you're changing. So let's say that let's take a look at the level. We have the main level. Let's say that you have multiple levels and you're changing them while the player is playing. I'm going to show you a way that doesn't disrupt the music even if you do stuff like reloading the level. In order to do that, we need to find an object in the game that doesn't have a lifetime that's directly tied to the level. So it needs to have a longer lifetime than the level or the map. You might think that the game mode is like that, but no, the game mode actually gets reset after you change levels. The one that we need to use is called the game instance. Okay, let's go ahead and create a new blueprint class. Let's type in game instance. Let's see, game instance, this one. And as you can see, the description is high-level manager object for an instance of the running game, spawned at game creation. This is the important part. it's created at the start of the game and not destroyed until the game instance is shut down. So it's going to stick around until you basically close down the game. Let's just call it blueprint my game instance. And then we're going to have to set this as the default game instance in the project settings, just like the game mode. It's a very similar thing that we're creating. It's down here, game instance class. Now it's going to be blueprint my game instance. Awesome. Let's open it up. We're also going to use the game mode for this. And you're going to see in just a second how this is going to apply to the game mode. So in the game instance, we want to create a custom event called, let's see, play background music. A custom event is just like a function that we can call. And this is going to, first of all, check for a Boolean that we're going to create. And this is going to be, is music playing? It's going to be false by default. And we're going to check for this. So let's create a branch. And if is music playing is false, we're going to play the music, and we're also going to set is music playing to be true. And if is music playing is true, then that means the background music is playing already, so we don't need to do anything. And the function that we need to use to play the music is called spawn sound 2D. This is going to take in the asset, which is going to be, what was it called? Flowing Rocks is the music. This is also from kenny.nl. Thank you, Kenny. And here we can change a bunch of stuff like the volume. The volume is usually a little too high, so I'm just going to put this down to 0.2. You can play with the pitch. And here we're going to check persist across level transition, very important. And we're also going to uncheck auto destroy. Okay, so the final thing here is going to be saving the return value here. So the spawn sound 2D is going to spawn a sound and it's going to play it. And it's also going to return the audio component here as a reference. We need to promote this to a variable and save it here. So I'm just going to call this BG audio component. And if you don't do this, it's actually not going to work. If you don't do this and change levels in the game, the music is going to stop. So this is also something important. Hey guys, it's Khan from the future. We actually forgot to make the background music loop. So we need to go into assets, audio, double click on the music, and then turn on looping. And now the background music is going to keep playing after it finishes. And that is all we need to do here. And the reason we're going to use the game mode is we need to make a call to this event from somewhere. And in the game instance, we actually have an event here called init. So if you actually click on this override here, you can see that there's an init event, but this actually doesn't work. If you try to call the play BG music from here, it's not gonna work. As you can see, what we need to do is we need to call this function from the game mode. So let's go into the game mode. And here in the begin play function, which is called at the start, we're going to, first of all, get the game instance. And then we're going to cast the game instance to be the type we created, which is blueprint my game instance. And after we do that, we can call play background music, just like that. So the problem here is, like I told you, the game mode gets created at the start of the level. So it's going to keep getting created after you change levels. So this begin play is going to be called more than once. And that is exactly why we created this is playing Boolean here. Because the first time we make a call to this function, is playing is going to get set to be true, and then the next time we call it, we're not going to try to play the sound again. So That's why we created that boolean. Okay, so now this should be working. Let's play the game. And as you can see, the background music is playing. And the hurt sound is still playing as well. Perfect. Now, I did teach you all this stuff for you to, keep the sound even if you change levels, but we're actually not changing levels, so I'm not going to be able to show you that part, but you're just going to have to trust me in this, that it also works if you change levels. Okay, so with that, we are at the end of the mini course. Now you understand a lot of things that you need to know in order to create a 2D game in Unreal using the Paper 2D plugin. Of course, there's more to learn, but this is a very good step for you, and you can take it from here and hopefully crush it. So thank you very much for watching it till the end. If you liked it, please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, I don't know, send me some flowers, and I'll see you in the next mini course. Take care.